I would like to ask the Minister for Policy and Reform whether compulsory retirement ages are compatible with the age discrimination provisions of the Equality Act 2017.
Minister for Policy and Reform, Mr Thomas.
Thank you very much, Mr President. The age discrimination provisions of the Equality Act 2017 mean that if employers wish to retain a compulsory or default retirement age or wish to retire people on a case-by-case basis based on age, it will only be lawful where it will achieve an aim which can be reasonably and objectively justified. I can confirm that the Cabinet Office is working with employers in preparation for the implementation of the age discrimination provisions of the Act in January 2020. Experience and case law in the UK, which is relevant here I believe, probably indicates that very few employers' professions can objectively justify a compulsory retirement age, and therefore it is expected the position on the Isle of Man will be no different. Employer-justified retirement ages tend to be used in exceptional circumstances in which an employer has a retirement age under 65. For example, posts in the emergency services which require a significant level of physical fitness, or other occupations requiring exceptional mental and or physical fitness, such as air traffic controllers.
Supplementary, Mr Hooper.
Thank you, Mr President. I'm thankful for the Minister for that answer, and I'm glad you mentioned UK case law. Can I assume then that they will be following things like the recommendation of the UK Supreme Court in the Selden case, which basically outlined that there are two kinds of legitimate objectives in relation to dignity or intergenerational fairness, and what impact does he anticipate this will have on government policies on retirement age?
Reply, sir.
Thank you, Mr President. And yes, my notes here include reference to that particular case mentioned. Intergenerational fairness is an issue. But we have to remember, we've got a law. We've now got a group of employers, including government, who've got to make up their mind on policies in the basis of that law, and subsequently we'll have all the mechanisms inside the law of tribunals and so on to deal with interpretation of the law if there's any ambiguity. So I appreciate the question, Mr President, honourable members, and this is work in progress over the next 2 years, and thereafter the law will always need to be interpreted in each particular case.
Further supplementary, Mr Hooper.
Thank you, Mr President. I may not get an answer to this, it's slightly outside the question, but does this mean then that wider government policies that are linked to the state retirement age will now need to be rethought to ensure that they're justifiable on the grounds of proportionality and legitimacy?
Minister.
Thank you, Mr President. Thank you to the questioner for that tricky question. Yes, this will be thought through, and I believe it's likely that that sort of change will be envisaged and made by various employers in that particular situation.